Real estate is an excellent way to invest money while avoiding the constant volatility of the stock market. In a world when money can appear as simply a number on a screen, having an actual asset is reassuring. There are also significant tax benefits to owning property, and the ability to leverage money to purchase appreciating assets creates the chance for massive returns. That remains the decision of whether to rent your property long-term or short-term. Short-term rentals are in high demand as people prefer a larger private area than a hotel room, but a long-term tenant can provide consistent income to help you pay the mortgage and other costs. Consider the advantages and disadvantages of investing in a standard long-term rental versus a short-term rental. Welcome to Cashflow Canvas, where we teach lessons about investment and money-saving techniques. If you want to make your financial future better, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. Many people who own short-term rentals do so as an investment that they can use when it is available. They can rent out the space to customers during peak season and use it for personal enjoyment when it is not rented. It can also be used for personal enjoyment and occasionally rented to help offset the cost. You can rent it for as much or as little as you want. This is a major benefit because there's no way to use a long-term rental property unless it's being turned over for the next tenant. As common as having a place to rent and use is, it is occasionally a better alternative to focus on obtaining income-generating assets unrelated to your vacation destinations. When you go on vacation, the money you earn can be used to stay somewhere else. This allows you to travel to different locations rather than being limited to the ones you own. It also helps to keep work and play separate, so you're not cleaning and conducting maintenance while on vacation. This is by far the most significant advantage of short-term rental. It generates more income. Owners can charge a higher price and gain more cash flow by renting to vacationers than they would by renting to locals. People can afford it and don't mind paying a higher nightly fee for a few nights. Long-term renters would not pay the same nightly rate if they were staying for a longer period of time. A short-term rental property can earn 3, 4, or 5 times the income of a long-term contract. The earnings from running a holiday rental can be much larger while providing the benefits of owning in a more desired location, such as on the coast, in the mountains, or on a lakeside, which typically do not make sense for long-term rentals. When done correctly, a single short-term rental can generate a full-time income after paying the mortgage, maintenance, taxes, and all other relevant fees. Unless it's a multi-family with numerous apartments, that's unheard of in long-term rental property. Long-term rentals, on the other hand, create more constant income because the renter occupies the property for significantly longer periods of time. There's no need to be concerned about next month's income during the slow season. Even if the economy worsens, the rent will almost certainly continue. People will always need a place to live, but a recession can be a nightmare for an owner who is reliant on others' vacationing habits. Real estate is one of the first things that springs to mind when someone mentions passive income. There isn't much work to do when you sign a lease and find a long-term tenant. The bills must be paid, the lawn must be cut, and an occasional issue must be resolved. But there isn't much else that must be done on a regular basis. You could even hire a property manager to do all of those things for you for a $10 or $20 fee. This is the polar opposite of operating a short-term rental, which is a very active business. Consider running a hotel with cleaners, check-ins, and check-outs. Changing light bulbs, refilling soap and paper items, and dealing with visitor complaints are all part of the job. Managing a cleaner can be difficult, especially if the property is not close. How will you ensure that the cleaning is done to your and your guests' satisfaction? If you opt to engage a manager to handle these ongoing chores, expect to pay up to 50% of your gross income, plus additional funds for cleaning and upkeep. Even with the larger income from short stays, such management expenditures will result in little or no profit. Short-term rentals must be provided with everything from cutlery and kitchenware to beds and paper goods. Maintaining the furniture might be difficult, particularly if you are not a local. Who will replace a coffee table if someone sits on it and cracks it? Will you be able to dispose of it and replace the table before the next guest arrives that day or the next? Stains on couches, dents in wood, and stains on mattresses are unavoidable, and such goods aren't inexpensive, which might be a disadvantage when you're just starting out on a tight budget. Long-term tenants nearly always bring their own furniture, so that variable is eliminated. Long-term rentals have the risk of attracting a disrespectful, non-paying tenant who is nearly tough to evict and may do damage to the property on the way out. Dealing with that type of renter alone is enough to deter many people from investing in real estate. A bad renter can devastate your income for a year or more while you go through the eviction process and rehabilitate the property. While short-term renters aren't usually the most pleasant, most booking services charge for their stay in advance, so there's no need to worry about collecting payment. A third party offers insurance to cover both the owner and the renter. There is still the risk that they will refuse to go, although this is unusual. Also, there's a strong chance they have extra money and are on vacation, which tends to attract more considerate guests. Long-term rentals require less continuing upkeep for owners. Tenants will take care of items like light bulbs, smoke detector batteries, and possibly yard maintenance. The frequent turnover of holidaymakers, on the other hand, allows you to stay on top of cleaning and maintenance. The property will be carefully cleaned between renters and must be kept to a high standard. Increased turnover also makes it easier to spot minor maintenance issues before they become major issues. You can keep up with tasks like paint touch-ups and carpet cleaning. When a long-term tenant moves out, anticipate to conduct a thorough cleaning, painting, and probably even flooring replacement. Instead of having these things done in between short-term rentals, this could take weeks, resulting in lost revenue. Rental regulations vary based on where you live and if you belong to a homeowners organization. Many properties prohibit short-term rentals, mainly because the neighbors don't want a revolving door of random people having back-to-back parties next door. Even long-term renters aren't guaranteed to be nice, despite the fact that it's typical. Some areas permit short-term rentals but restrict or prohibit long-term leases. Do your homework to check that you are permitted to rent the property in the manner you desire. Keep up with association and local government meetings and be aware of any changes to rental rules. Short-term rentals are prohibited or restricted in many regions, and regulations are continuously changing. Prepare a plan in case this occurs in your neighborhood. The good news for individuals looking to rent short-term is that with all of the various booking sites, the process is relatively simple. The owner can usually limit the number of guests, impose quiet time curfews, and prohibit parties. That doesn't mean it won't be without its challenges. Dealing with guest issues will need a large amount of management time. However, these disadvantages must be balanced against the possible earnings and risks associated with traditional long-term renting. A short-term rental business can be quite successful if you have the time and energy to run it. However, despite the lesser return, traditional long-term renting is usually better if you're seeking for passive revenue and the opportunity to scale. Those tenants will appreciate having a well-kept property, and they will be easy to satisfy. As we conclude, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you found value in this video and learned something new, and I look forward to seeing you in our future videos. I would deeply value it if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us to create more valuable content, and we can work together to secure your financial future. What are the key takeaways from this video that you can share in the comment section?